One day in the house where the wise owl and his friends lived, a man was seen walking around the property. All the animals inside were rather scared, as they hadn't seen a person for such a time. This house was now theirs. What could this man want? They saw him put up a sign which read, "For sale." The animals went and asked the wise owl, the wisest of them all, what this for sale sign meant, and he told them, trouble. They asked him why, to which he explained that once this house had been owned by a very kind man who left the house to the animals, and now another man had come to claim the house back to sell to other people, so the animals would be forced to leave and go back to live in the wild. "But I like it here," said the gnomes. All the animals joined in an agreement. They all liked living together in the large house out in the forest. Everything they needed was here. What could they do? "We must stop them, mustn't we, Wise Owl?" muttered Hedgie the Hedgehog. Before they could discuss anything more, the door slowly opened, letting in a shard of light. The animals quickly ran into a corner, hiding in the dark, as a big black boot stood in the hallway. "Yes, I can see this place getting a good price once I've tidied it up a bit," said the big black-booted man. The animals looked towards the wise owl, who looked down to the ground, as he knew they would have no choice but to leave. "What's that?" said the man, as he saw a tail sticking out. It was one of the mice. The mouse stood still as the man quickly leant over to pick it up. "Look, a mouse! Well, you'll have to go for a start. And any of your friends," the man laughed. Little did he know that a whole menagerie of animals lived there. The man threw the mouse out of the door and slammed it behind him. As he did so, all the animals came out of the hiding. "What shall we do?" said Scorpio. "We'll have to leave, and quickly," said Wise Owl. "But we can't. Our home is here," said Hedgie. "We have no choice. He will hunt us down till he has thrown us all out." "We can fight him," said the elephant. "He will win. He will bring more men, and we will be caught. We have no choice. We have to leave and try and find somewhere else." The animals started packing all their items into bags that they could carry on their backs. The bigger animals would take the heavy items. After this was done, the animals one by one left the house by night, slowly checking that no one was outside and the path was clear, so the animals left the house where they lived. Hedgie began to cry. He was thinking of all the fun times they had in the house, that he wished he didn't have to go. He wanted to stay, but realized the wise owl knew best. The animals walked through the big forest down to the stream and sat under the trees looking at the full moon as it shone to the stream. Scorpio lit a small fire which all the animals sat under, as the wise owl picked up his small guitar and sat on a rock next to a stream and started to sing to the animals. "Don't be sad, do not cry, everything will be all right. There's no need to worry, no need to fear a thing, because we're all together, and in that joy we will bring happiness and laughter, gladness and night. Wherever we are, everything will be all right. Don't be alone, worry or fear, because as long as we have each other, there can be no more tears. So up you get and join with me, for our love is all I can see. In happiness and laughter, gladness and delight, let us sing together, and everything will be all right. Happiness and laughter, gladness and delight, wherever we are, everything will surely be all right." As the wise owl sang his song to the other animals, they slowly joined in, and even the stars and the moon shone down as if they too were singing, reflected in the stream, and even the fire swayed to the sound of the melodies as they flew deep within the night. Late into the night, before the dawn sun would rise, the wise owl walked out into the clearing to see the houses as the other animals slept soundly. He flew back to the house and decided to take one more look before all the animals would move on. As he did so, a man suddenly appeared and caught the wise owl with his big hands and held him up to his big face. "What have we here, then?" said the man. The wise owl said nothing. "Looks like an owl. "Well, what are you doing here then?" The man carrying the wise owl walked off. The morning had arisen for the animals by the stream. They began to wash in the water, brush their teeth and comb back their hair, making themselves presentable before they set off before their long journey. They began to eat some berries they had found on trees, and it was then they realized that the wise owl was nowhere to be seen. At first Hedgie thought maybe the wise owl was above flying around, seeing which direction they should go off in, so they carried on eating. Half an hour later, the animals started to get worried, thinking, where is the wise owl? So they split up into different directions and started to call out his name, which echoed within the forest, but no answer came back. By this time, Hedgie had walked over back towards the direction of the house. He heard some drilling noises coming from the house and some banging, and so he looked through the window and saw the man was doing something. But as he was about to move away, his eye caught in the corner of the room the wise owl looking at the man. "Oh my," said Hedgie to himself, "the man has caught the wise owl. Whatever shall we do?" Hedgie ran off back to the forest to tell the other animals. "Quick, quick, they've got wise owl, they've got wise owl," he screeched. "Who has?" said the red squirrel. "The man who has taken our house. I saw him, I saw him." "We have to rescue him," said Scorpio the scorpion. "But how?" said Hedgie. "We shall go back and bang on the door outside till the man comes out. When he sees us all, he will surely run," said the elephant. "But he will come back with more men," said Hedgie. The animals set back off to the house where they had lived. They were all scared, but they knew they had to go back to save their friend the wise owl. As he was such a good friend, they would risk getting captured and being scared because they loved him so much, and they knew he always helped them and was kind to them. So they remembered the wise owl's song and started to sing it as they approached the house. Happiness and laughter, gladness and delight. Wherever we are, everything will surely be all right. The man inside stopped his banging and looked towards the window at the sound of the animals singing. He immediately ran and picked up the wise owl and opened the front door. The animals froze and stopped their song and looked towards their friend wise owl, and then to the man who was carrying him. The man looked at the animals, and then he slowly placed the wise owl on the floor. "Don't be afraid," said wise owl. "Quick, quick, run to us," said Hedgie. "It's okay," said wise owl. "But the man," said Hedgie. "It's okay. He said we can stay in our house." "We can?" said Hedgie. "Yes," said the man. "I didn't realize it was occupied." "But what was he doing banging and making all the noises?" said Hedgie, a little confused. "He was mending the floor, which was broken," said wise owl. "Oh," said Hedgie. All the animals began to laugh. They were so scared when they had marched up the house to rescue their friend, but now they were glad that the situation had solved itself nicely. The man and the animals all went into the house and shared some leaves and berries that the animals had picked for their journey. They told the man about the many things they had done in the house and all the fun, and the man was very happy to hear so, and told them they could always stay in the house as long as they wanted. The man was about to leave and stood up, but before he left, he asked the animals if they could sing the song he had heard before. He said it was such a nice song, and he left the house to go back to his home. He wanted to hear it again. So as he walked out the door and down the path, all the animals sang the song to him, jumping and leaping in the air as they did so. "Don't be sad, do not cry, everything will be all right. There's no need to worry, no need to fear a thing, because we're all together, and in that joy we all bring happiness and laughter, gladness and delight. Wherever we are, everything will be all right. Don't be alone, worry or fear, because as long as we have each other, there can be no more tears. So up you get and join with me, for our love is all I can see. In happiness and laughter, gladness and light, let us sing together and everything will be all right. Happiness and laughter, gladness and delight. Wherever we are, everything will surely be all right."